So I'm really waking up to the depth of transcending right and wrong, and how much of our world is created by our need to make something bad, make something wrong, to have something to avoid, to have something to fear, to have something that needs to be gotten rid of. And this opposition that we set up in our minds is, it's almost, we're almost lulled into believing it's a requirement for our survival to think this way. What I can say is it's definitely a very strong tendency, it's very pervasive, and another consciousness is available. And I'm seeing in my own journey, the big wake up I'm experiencing right now is how my Live Your Medicine program is something necessary for me. It has nothing to do with the outer world perception of it. It has everything to do with my inner world receptivity to what I'm offering myself in the process, and why I avoided it for 5 years and probably 15 years and maybe 40 years, maybe several lifetimes. Because it requires me to reintegrate and find the transcending of right and wrong about my life, about the choices I made and the meanings I made about the choices, and how I had to sequester certain aspects of my life, certain people, certain memories, and put them away in order to, quote, move on and do something different. And that became a strategy of continuing to move on when I just didn't understand how to completely love everything in me, everything I've ever experienced. Aversion, wanting to escape, anger, frustration, judgment, superiority, all of these things that I have been aware of at some level, different levels during my life. Sometimes during my life they've been justified or just the way things are, and other times I've had to polarize and make them something wrong. And now I'm slowly, through this process, touching a way of seeing all of that through eyes of, for lack of a better word, love. And again, when I say that word, it has so many different societal meanings that were handed to us, and what I really mean in my essence, the love that is life force, presence, essence, evolutionary love, evolutionary impulse, the love that drives all that is. Every particle wave in the universe is an expression of love, a unique expression of love. That's what I mean by love. So touching these experiences through the eyes of love is so profoundly different, and it's awakening such a different experience for me. And the old response, which is still quite strong, is to touch and go, just to be aware of it and then leave, be aware and move on, just forget about it. And I'm learning to cultivate the touch and stay and remember. Touch and stay and remember what I may have never been aware of before. So it's not a remembering of a specific memory, because I don't think I was ever awake to this type of consciousness. But instead of saying forget about it, I say I remember I remember I am love. That everything I have ever been and everything I am now is love. So by my sequestering and judging it and putting it away and not wanting to look at it, not wanting to be with it, not wanting to own it, is a denial of who I am. Denial of love that I am. And to believe that I can get by in life. That's true. I can get by denying a big portion of who I am and a big portion of my true love. And yet I know that I'm not here to just get by. I'm here to discover what's beyond getting by, what thriving is. And I have been thriving compared to previous generations in my lineage. And in my lifetime, I'm here to discover and uncover more. Every moment is another unfolding of possibility of another level of thriving awareness. So this journey of Live Your Medicine is really living my medicine by reintegrating this piece of my life that was a big, dividing line in my consciousness and my life. When I left medicine, it was like, another chapter, a milestone. And I really did put it all away in my mind, and yet I've known that on the emotional level, in my feeling world, in my body, there's huge memory there, and there's huge desire to bring that back into and incorporate that into my service and my sharing and the gifts that I offer. It's there. And so by denying it, I deny the love that I am. Everything that loved that into existence in my experience, I deny when I deny those experiences. So I'm taking my time. I notice that it doesn't follow the timeline of a business plan, and I can also utilize a structure of designing a business to help guide my bringing it into form. So there's this balance, this dance of taking the time I need and giving it some structured direction, form in the outer world. So breathing really helps. Breathing really helps when integrating and re-loving yourself.